Eva was missing from Triple M's Moonman in the morning show on both Tuesday and Wednesday, with her co-hosts telling listeners she was ill. But this morning, Eva revealed she had actually taken 2 days off after her daughter Matilda nearly drowned. I thought that I had lost my daughter, an emotional Eva said on Triple M Today. Eva and her partner Norm Hogan, who rose to fame after starring on The Block last year, have 2 children together, Fred, 5, and Matilda, 2. I got a phone call on Monday, and the children were holidaying on the coast with Norm, she explained. The first thing he says to me is, SHT. SHT. I said, what's the matter? He said, I'm taking Matilda to emergency. I'm like, what do you mean? What's happened? He had gone to a resort pool with his friend, and he was talking to his mate, and he took his eye off her, Matilda, just for 2 seconds. It can happen to anybody. Norm and his mate rushed off to find Matilda, and his friends spotted the 2-year-old underwater in the pool. At this point she'd been under for about 20 seconds, Eva said. His mate dived in, got her. She was still conscious. She was vomiting, she had foam coming out of her mouth. Matilda appeared to be okay after the scare and went into a deep sleep, Eva said today. Norm thought she might have just been napping, and they were told, take her to emergency straight away. Because secondary drowning, where there's water on the lungs, is one of the biggest killers when it comes to children. You can still drown 3 days after you've been under the water. Eva was on the verge of tears on the radio as she recalled what it was like to receive the horrific phone call from Norm. Just to think of her underwater and that she was alone, it's just something you don't want to hear, Eva said. The Triple M radio host went straight to the airport and was an emotional wreck on the flight. When I jumped on that flight, Norm was on the way to the hospital. I didn't know what had happened at that point, she said. Matilda stayed in hospital for observation, but appears to be okay after the incident. Eva said her partner was almost inconsolable after the mishap, but she stressed that it could have happened to anyone. He feels so terrible, she said. He just did not forgive himself. Earlier this year, Heidi Robertson, who runs an accredited first aid course, opened up to KidSpot about what secondary dry drowning looks like. They may emerge from the water coughing, vomiting, or seeming to have no obvious or distressing symptoms right away, she said. Some hours or days, sometimes up to 48 to 72 hours later, the patient may exhibit one or more of the following signs and symptoms. Changes in behavior, fatigue, lethargy, coughing, shortness of breath, or pale skin. It is dependent on the type of water, salt, fresh, chlorinated, and amount of water inhaled, as to how severe this condition can be, Ms. Robertson told KidSpot. The damage that water can do to the sensitive airways in the lungs can be significant and life-threatening. In all cases, it should be treated as a medical emergency if any of the above signs and symptoms are observed. After every submersion where the patient is having any kind of difficulty breathing, they should always be observed in hospital.